Hey everybody, welcome to the 14-day reset. I am so happy that you are here, and I know that you're excited to learn about chemical awareness. If you're not ready to learn about it yet, grab your CBD calm or your peace and calming and just douse yourself, stress away, whatever you need to do, because this is a topic that can be a little bit overwhelming. You may be familiar with this already. Maybe this will just be a friendly reminder, or maybe you're learning this for the first time. Either way, this is a lot of information I'm trying to condense as quick as possible, but I have a whole video on this that I will put attached to the notes in here in the page when you go see more on the Facebook post. So you'll be able to go watch the whole video if you'd like to learn more, if you're really dedicated to learning about that. And so I just want you to know that you're not alone in all this. I have been on this journey since 2007, actually August 1st of 2007 was the first day that we actually, our family of four, went cold turkey on everything that we had known about foods, drinks, microwaves, styrofoam, like everything. It was not an easy thing, but I'm not going to go into everything. That will be in that one video. If you want to click on that for more information, that will go over personal care products. So what we breathe in, obviously what we eat, what we drink, like the whole shebang. Okay. Today, I'm going to try to just to stick, with the, with learning about foods and what's a better choice for foods. Okay, so let me get this ready to share for you. Just one second. And let's go. Okay, so this is me, Stacy Kimbrough. I got my Texas hair on today for all those Texans out there that I know are on this page. And I wrote a book. It's called Living Balance. It's on health and nutrition and chemical awareness. And I love, one of my favorite verses is Hosea 4:6. And it says, "My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge." And I like to add to that, not for lack of love, not for lack of prayer, and not for lack of faith, but for a lack of knowledge. So today I'm going to try to impart some knowledge on you so that you have the opportunity to make better choices, with a wise decision. If you didn't know, how would you know, right? So we want to help make sure that you do know. Also, I have a link here with the consumer self-defense cheat sheet list. This I made in 2008. This is when my book first came out. Unfortunately, all these chemicals still apply. And so this is just something that you've got to learn what the difference is. So everything on this list is bad. I just happen to color code some of the things for you to make it easier, like all the different names for MSG or artificial sweetener or formaldehyde. And, in the beginning, I was creating this list for like chemicals that you clean with and beauty products and foods and drinks. But what I found out is that these chemicals cross up amongst all of those categories. So I only needed one list, and that's unfortunate, but it's easy at the same time, because once again, if you can't pronounce it, if you can't understand it, if you wouldn't want to eat it, then you shouldn't want to put it on your skin, all of that. We're trying to really learn about the big picture. And, back in the day, I'll just have to say this, like the FDA was my friend. I worked in medical for 14 years, and I was very adamant and didn't believe in anything natural. I was highly against it, extremely against it, until I learned about chemical awareness and Young Living all in the same day. Down here at the bottom, my website is stacykimbrough.com. So if you go to stacykimbrough.com, or if you go to my top tips text number, if you just text the word top tips to 810-328-3777, then you will get all my top tips. I think there's like 15 of them of different things. Okay. And this is what the website looks like. And you can learn about cancer, hair, chemical-free lifestyle, some great videos on here. You probably already know about Young Living and Jesus. So there we go. We're talking about healthcare versus sick care. And of course, it's always easier to put out. It's always easier to prevent a fire than to put out a fire. Okay. And we're talking about body burden. You may have heard that already in life, but if you haven't, the accumulation of chemicals. I just think about what I do with my children. I had no idea until they were 8 and 12 about chemical awareness. So I use the regular diaper wipes on them that have polyethylene glycol. I gave them Gatorade. I gave them, Hawaiian Punch. you know, all the cereals, that pop cereal used to be one of my favorite cereals. I didn't give them ever a firm foundation of growing up like this. It was like an inverted triangle, and they're trying to think and walk and talk. And I didn't give them anything that was nutritious to even be able to do those things. Okay. And I just love how we have an opportunity, no matter what age we are, to start change that around and turn that pyramid, let's say, upside down, where you have this great foundation, and perhaps instead of going in triangle, you go straight up, you know, with nutrition. So we're wanting you to learn about the body burden. And if you only had this one little chemical over here, that's one thing. But when you have it over here, and then you get it here, and you breathe in, you use your mouthwash and your toothpaste and your hair and your skin and what you just drank and what you're just breathing in, and all these different things that, you know, creates an accumulation. I love this little image here. It says that food products were honestly labeled. I mean, wouldn't that be the truth? It's just, I love it. It says ADHD flakes. I am heavily into chemical awareness, and I do not compromise with it in my life. Like, I will not eat at a restaurant if I don't find out what's in it first. I just don't compromise with that stuff because of the huge difference it makes for me and my family, and especially the neurotoxins, which the main neurotoxins is lead, mercury, aluminum, artificial sweeteners, including Atruvia, Splenda, that kind of stuff. And then MSG, which has the possibility of having 26 different names for it, which you'll find on that chemical cheat sheet list, okay? The Toxic Substance Control Act of 1976, I mean, that was crazy. Grandfathered over 100,000 chemicals, approved, and only 3,000 have been tested. This is like serious stuff. You're talking about for all the chemicals for the Substance Act. It's just like, that's not right. It's not fair. We're just not aware. It only takes 26 seconds for something to absorb into our skin. And do you know it's only 4 seconds into our bloodstream when you breathe something in, whether it's essential oil, a good one, or a Glad plug-in, or Febreze, or Lysol, is going into your bloodstream. And so, like, I don't know if you know this or not, but Lysol, it's coming up a slide, but it's actually considered, it's a registered pesticide, okay, by the EPA. So would you purposely breathe in Raid? The answer, I'm sure, is no, right? So when you're breathing in Lysol, totally unaware. I mean, I had 4 bottles in my house back in the day. I'm not even thinking about, oh, that's what caused the asthma, or skin condition, or digestion, or like brain fog, or being agitated or angry, or start crying or depressed. Like, it can do all these different things. So once again, if you can't put it on your skin, then you shouldn't put it in your mouth. And if you can't put it in your mouth, you shouldn't be putting it on your skin, right? And remember, your skin is your largest organ. So you're talking about a pain patch, a birth control patch, or smoker's patch. Whatever you put on your skin is going to absorb into your bloodstream from 3 seconds to 20 minutes, right? Totally, throughout the whole bloodstream. So whatever you put on, or eat, or consume, or breathe in, you want to make sure it's straight, okay? And just because something is common does not mean it's normal. My favorite example of this is literally when it comes to cancer, number one, but really simplistically, PMS issues. PMS issues should not be, you should never know someone's on their menstrual cycle unless you just had to go buy them pads or tampons. That's it. There shouldn't be any mood disturbances. There shouldn't be any pain. There shouldn't be any excess bleeding. You shouldn't have fibroids, tumors, polycystic ovary disease, endometriosis, can't get pregnant, can't stay pregnant, postpartum depression. That's all a hormone imbalance. That's it. All you gotta do is fix that. You may have some nutritional imbalance as well, but hormones is the main thing, right? So getting that fixed can solve those issues. I mean, some of these things are really that easy, which is exciting. One of my favorite topics to teach on, and you'll see that on my website, I have a whole cancer series. I had a really wonderful friend and my brother who passed away from cancer, and other people I know, of course, that we don't want that. And I know you know somebody who's passed away or maybe dealing with cancer right now. If you're dealing with cancer right now, this is like, don't take this personal, okay, with what it says right here. But you got to realize that up to 95% of all cancer is on lifestyle and environment. That means up to, per the American Cancer Society, only 5 to 10% of all cancer is genetic. And that's for all ages, races, and genders. You're talking about breast, prostate, brain. Only 5 to 10% of all the people in the world, all ages, races, and gender, is genetic, inherited from a parent. That's a problem because look how much cancer we have. I'm telling you, it's from what we're eating, drinking, and breathing in, and all the lotions and potions we're putting on. You have to become aware of this so you can have the opportunity not to fall into the same trap that's being proposed to us right now. And that only comes from knowledge. We're gonna keep going. I'm not sure if you've ever seen this, but I love this tree. And if you look down at the bottom right, there's like little roots right here, and the grass, there is no grass, and the earth is cracked. And if you can see it, look real hard, there's a person kneeling, dying, riddled with illness and disease. This is my version of the tree of life. My son drew this for me. And I had a dream about this, and I had him draw it for me. But on the right-hand side, excuse me, the left-hand side, I'm not sure what side I said earlier, but on the left-hand side, you'll see good, hardy, strong roots. You'll see grass, you'll see a flower, and you'll see that person there that's flourishing with reduced stress, anxiety, and disease. You're not going to be able to get rid of all your stress in life. It's just impossible, right? But there's things we can do to help eliminate or bring it down a little bit, right? So we want to do our best to live in homeostasis, which is complete health, and get rid of the rest of the stuff. This picture sums it up. We have a choice every single day to reproduce healthy cells or unhealthy cells, right? You have to have this choice. Doesn't mean that you can't have burgers and fries, but where you get it from would make a difference, right? If you made it from home, would probably even make more of a difference. What you cooked it in would make a difference. What kind of beef is it? Is it grass-fed, or is it some nasty whatever? Are the fries deep fried in canola oil or soy oil, which should not happen at all? Or did you make it at home with coconut oil, olive oil, or whatever, avocado oil, right? There's better choices in life. So once again, everything I'm teaching about is learning how to make better choices with what you already consume and what you already like. Just find out what the better choices are. Okay, nutritional fact. When you look at a label, any label, okay, you want to make sure that you understand how to read it. It will tell you if there's excess sugars or how much the sugars are, but we know that complex carbohydrates turn into sugars, right? So really what you want to do is you want to take the total carbs, divide them by 4, and that's the equivalency of how many grams of sugar are in that serving size. So whatever this was, there's 2 servings per container. So now we already know it's 7.75, you get times that times 2. And in that one drink is the equivalency of 15.5 teaspoons of sugar in that container. So you may not be aware of that. And then even when it comes to trans fat, I don't even have this on here, I should though. Trans fat, if it's 0.5, then the FDA says they don't have to list it as having trans fats in it. But it could be that little package of cookies could have literally 30 serving size, because one cookie is a serving. And of course, you didn't realize that. And that whole package could have 10 grams of trans fat, but it says 0 trans fat, because if it's 0.5, they can say 0. There's a lot of trickery going on that you have to become aware of. One of my favorite things is Jolly Ranchers. And I just want you to think about this. And with all the right heart and intent and love in mind, Jolly Ranchers are something that I used to eat all the time, but you got to apply common sense to this. If you're going to make your own Jolly Rancher and you're going to squeeze that sour apple in that, let's say, ice cube tray, or that watermelon, when you take it out of the freezer and bring it back out, would it have that same color? Would it have that same smell? We know that's not going to happen. Or would it have that same flavor? And the answer is no. So how is that possible? How many chemicals are they allowed to put into this, which is many, and some of them even cancer-causing chemicals, that they're allowed to make up that scent, flavor, and color, okay? But we don't know, and we're just consuming it. You know, we just don't even think about it. This is one of my favorite packages. You know, kettle chips, of course, is a better choice, and they have less ingredients than some on the market, right? But I want you to really see this. This says no MSG on here. And per the FDA, if there's MSG in a product, you have to list it as such, okay? So if there's no MSG in here, then why on the black pepper one do they not say no MSG? In the ingredient label, it has yeast extract. I guarantee you with my life that yeast extract is another name with MSG, okay? They don't tell that. I called this company. I talked to them forever on this whole thing. And they finally told me that I was not the average consumer that calls, and that they had nothing further to say to me. So I refuse to support this company. And definitely there is hardly any Flavored potato chips, I don't care if they're organic or not. There is not flavored potato chips or chips in this planet that, generally speaking, that do not have MSG or yeast extract or maltodextrin or something. Like, you have to become aware. So if you want to have chips, of course they taste delicious. Just make sure you find a better choice one, okay? This is another one. Look at all this. This is MSG. This is MSG, 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 MSG. You got to learn the names for this stuff. This makes me turn into a very evil woman. I can't tell you. My body cannot handle and process monosodium glutamate in any of its form, and neither can my youngest son. So really bad things happen when we get involved in taking this. And it doesn't matter if it's depression or anger or headaches, migraines, whatever it is, it's not right. And it's not meant. And this is Satan's #1 chemical. So I literally don't even want to look at it with the binoculars, right? That far away. It's just that toxic to me. When you're looking about how to read your food, like, you buy tangerine or whatever, right? Whenever it has a 9 on it, that always means it's organic. A 9 before the 4-digit number. They're supposed to list differently conventionally grown or GMO products, but they don't. GMO is supposed to have an 8 before it. The FDA is not mandating it because they don't want people to know how much GMO is out there. And GMO means genetically modified or engineered. If you don't know by that, that's Monsanto. This is the Roundup is already put into the seed, and the seed cannot reproduce itself. If you're biblical based at all, or have any knowledge that how when seeds were created, they were able to reproduce. People didn't have seed markets back in the day, right? No matter what culture you're looking at, they had a seed and it reproduced. They would harvest the seeds, replant them. GMO products make it where you cannot ever replant them. That's a problem, okay? Conventional could still have herbicides or pesticides in it, but at least there's a seed that can reproduce. Okay, that's a better choice, right? The best choice would be organic. Okay. Making your own clean air. We want to use our own diffusers and these Young Living essential oils. We don't want to have smoking. We don't want vaping. We don't want air fresheners, aroma sticks. I call them cancer sticks, aerosol sprays, perfumes that are from the worldly fashions that they're using chemicals to make these things. That is a problem. Soy candles are not any better than paraffin or petroleum, lead wicks, all these different things. Soy is a problem. You don't need to be breathing and burning soy when it's a zytoestrogen, because I know they're not making organic soy candles, right? And so you want to make sure that you're not breathing and stuff. I love candles. And I got my beeswax candle right here. And I don't even want to use it because I don't want to burn it because I don't want it to go away. And it smells amazing. So if you can get 100% beeswax candle, go for it, okay? Hazards to humans, real quick. This is like the biggest thing ever, I gotta tell you, because people just still using this stuff like it's going out of business or out of style here. Not out of business. I wish it was going out of business. That's what I pray for. Lysol, this is a registered pesticide. And when you go to my website, there's gonna be, when you go to the chemical section, there's gonna be a link to the EPA and the FDA with me calling them acting like I don't know anything about Lysol and asking them, they're only 6 minutes long. So I record 6 minutes long and I recorded it so you could hear, okay? This is very toxic. If you're gonna use it, you should use it outside and never inside your house. Once again, you can get many different styles of diffusers that can help aid with your olfactory system, with the smells in your air at home, to purify your air and to just help with everything. It's just amazing. When you're looking at water bottles, you want glass or stainless steel, I should say gauge 18 on it, okay? A 1P is a normal water bottle, which you could drink out of if you need to. It's not a toxic plastic. Toxic plastics are 3, 6, and 7. But the BPA-free ones, I don't believe that, because BPA number 7s is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the scraps melted together to make number 7. They say it's BPA free, but it's really not. So don't put your oils in it if you're drinking with oils or anything hot out of it. If it was something cold, whatever. When you can, go find a coupon for Bed Bath & Beyond or Kohl's and just get a whole bunch of Pyrex. It stacks, it stores easily. I switched out all my Pyrex literally almost 16 years ago. And just, I'm not sure what I just said. I got rid of all my plastics and just got Pyrex. You can, of course, you could use it in the microwave, but I don't believe in microwave use. So when you mention that, I guess I shouldn't have said that, but you can freeze in it, you can store in it, you can cook in it, and you can serve in it. It's very easy. It stacks wonderfully. The lids stack all together. Everything's perfect. You want to avoid plastics, and especially not put them in the microwave and use them or put hot foods in them and then eat out of them, especially styrofoam. Okay. Styrofoam it's a polystyrene, and it just, when you drink anything hot out of styrofoam, even if it's water, it turns into synthetic estrogen called a zytoestrogen into your body, and it changes your chemical makeup for your hormones. So you really want to stay away from styrofoam like the plague. If you were somewhere and they gave you ice cream in styrofoam or cold water in styrofoam, that would be okay, but anything warm or hot, never do it. It's not even worth it. Young Living has 700 essential oil infused products. There's something for everything that you almost need, okay? That you can do transfer buying and get rid of your toxic chemicals and bring in the fresh things that do not have a problem. I literally love these products. And if you don't know already, these hand sanitizer, sorry about that, kills 99.99% of germs and bacteria per the FDA. We're allowed to say that. And I just obviously honor and so thankful for the whole Thieves line. I've been using Thieves cleaner for years. I love the new scrub we have, the cough drops, the mouthwash, the toothpaste, all of that. All this makes a huge difference in your overall health. They have a Thieves, this is the old one. I think you still can get this one. This is a great deal, but they have a new Thieves bundle. I'll have to put this in here. Sorry about that. And I mean, it's so inexpensive to get all those at once, and it's going to last you so long. And like one capful of the cleaner, because it's a concentrate, just lasts you put it in 28 ounces of water, it just lasts forever. Okay, I'm going to go past this real quick. Olive oil, coconut oil. Coconut oil, you always want to make sure that you get organic, unrefined. Okay, it's going to solidify if it gets to like 75 degrees. It's going to turn solid. That's good. That's fine. Okay. Olive oil, you always want first cold press, because olive oil goes through 4 presses, and the least one it gets to, they actually have other oils that are in there like soy that's not even on the label. Remember, there's up to 28% that the government allows that does not have to be on an ingredient label. That's pretty crazy. And liver stones. In my book, there's a whole cleanse you can learn about doing liver stones. We all think about gallstones, but they're really liver stones that are created in the liver and deposited into the gallbladder. So if you don't have a gallbladder, you can do this cleanse. And if you have a gallbladder, you can do this cleanse. This is my son's liver stones when he was 10 years old, the first time we did this. Okay, like literally, it's amazing what can happen. And this was someone who's did this, and within a month, his skin was already looking this much better from doing the cleanse. And it took about another 2 months, and his skin was completely clean from everything that we did, which is literally amazing. And look how large these stones are. I mean, literally amazing. Remember that your taste buds are not just in your mouth. There's chemical receptors that go to the brain to tell you that you want something. So while you're doing this 14-day reset and you're doing the fasting, you have to be aware that this is a mind game, that you need to take control of your mind, because it's your mind that's saying, I want some chocolate, or I want some food, or I want some of this. Half the time we're not even hungry, but we want something, right? So you have to understand it's a mind game, that the taste buds send signals to the brain to say, ooh, I like this, or it overstimulates things, right? It's the brain telling you that you want something. So be aware of that. And gosh, I don't know if I'm just going to share this real quick. I don't remember how many slides I have, but back in the day, I did an experiment. If you have my book, there's something called the Good Blood Gone Bad. And this is when I drank 3 large sips of coffee and what it did to my blood. This is out of order. I'm so sorry. But if you want to see the whole thing, you can see it there. Here's my base line blood looked like this, is like all my blood was moving around by itself. And then this was 10 minutes after, and my blood all got coagulated together like that. That's not good. White blood cells were coming to the rescue everywhere. This was a uric acid crystal that was there all of a sudden that wasn't there before. This is from drinking Diet Coke, only 4 ounces. That was like jacked it up. And I used to drink that all the time back in the day. And I used to get really angry drinking it, but of course I didn't realize at the time, agitated. I will also put in a link for you guys in the comments down here about my my videos to, let me just stop screen sharing real quick. Oh no. Videos to the foods video I have, the chemical drinks, the personal care, and the medications, just to help you understand more. And remembering while you're doing this cleanse, you gotta drink enough water. What's the difference between a raisin and a grape? Is water, right? So think about what that does to you in your body. You always want half your body weight in ounces of water a day, okay? And you need that in order to be able to help everything flush out as you're going, and making sure that you are using the restroom and that you're having good, healthy bowel movements. Remember, your bowels, when you have a normal, healthy bowel movement, should be anywhere from 8 to 14 inches long. And it should be like a banana in diameter, except for brown, not yellow. And this is food for thought here, is if you eat 3 meals a day, that means you consumed 1,095 meals in a year. And if you only poop once a day, and if you do, you're really special, because most people poop once to every 3 to 4 days, then you still have 730 meals in you. So where are they and what are they doing? Remembering that 80% of your immune system is in your digestive system. So it's really important to make sure that you're eliminating correctly. I just talked about poop the other day. Tammy just talked about water. I think it was on day 3. If you haven't already, just go through and watch all these videos that are being provided for you, because no matter what, you will learn something very useful, and it's going to help you in your whole journey. So remember our 14-day reset. Thank you so much for joining us. And we're going to start this again next month. I believe it's on April 10th, so be looking out for that. And you can invite your family and friends to that as well, and keep continuing. I'm going to keep doing it every month. And so is my husband. So we're just really excited about that opportunity. Thank you all. Have a blessed day. If you have any questions, put them below. And thank you very much. Okay, bye-bye.